And good morning to you. Ahoy, sailors! Ahoy there, sunrisers. When I said that, I remember my cruise on Virgin Voyages. You know what I mean? I gotta tell you.
I want to go one day.
I gotta tell you, you got to go, Dennis. It's absolutely awesome. You'll thank me later. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so very much for being here with us. If you're just getting up, if you're just joining, a resplendent morning to you. Thank you for making it yet another morning on Sunrise. Now, in this Diaspora Link Up, we're checking in with a young woman who has been navigating the Navy. Born and raised in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, Shanae Earlington went from petite modeling to becoming a petty officer. And she's not done yet, as she's now pursuing a degree in healthcare management. She joins us this morning to tell us all about it. Welcome, Shanae.
Morning, Shanae. How are you doing?
Good morning. Good morning, Miss Kitty. Good morning, sir. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm very nervous. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's fine. Listen, we're nervous about talking to you because as a Navy officer, you can't hear me? Are you hearing me? Shanae?
Oh, yes, Miss Kitty, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. I'm saying that, we're nervous talking to you because we're just so proud of you and how, when you think about the Navy, it just seems so big. So congratulations to you and all you have accomplished. But talk to us about growing up in Spanish Town. What was that like for you? And how did you get to the Navy in the United States?
Yes, Miss Kitty. So growing up in Spanish Town, I was raised with my mom. Like, it was, in a single family household. And I think that's what I would say created the drive in me to be, the best I could be. Because, growing up, my mother, no matter what, we would never go to our bed hungry. I grew up with my younger brother and my mother. And it was just, she never stopped. She's always on the go. She'd do whatever it takes to make sure we have food on the table, make sure, I have money to go to school. It was just an environment where, like, I cannot fail. I gotta make sure I make my mom proud.
Amazing.
So for me, it was like I just had to excel at whatever I did, and that's just it, Miss Kitty.
Lovely. We're proud of you, and I'm sure your mommy's proud.
Yes, Miss Kitty. So I, migrated to the United States, Connecticut. My dad, love him. He, came a part of my life and everything. He was there, but, it was like long distance. He lived in America, in Connecticut, basically most of my life. So he came, and got me, filed for me to come over there with my stepmom and everything. And I went over, migrated in 2018.
Nice.
Of March, Miss Kitty. And yes, Miss Kitty. So I came up there and I was like, okay, I want to do school. But, I see what the environment was completely different than Jamaica. And 1 week for me felt like a whole month. I was like, okay, what? I need to figure this out. Like, because in Jamaica, I was already doing so much in the space of time of me leaving high school. And then, was just focused on, okay, keeping busy until, I migrated. So it was just me being like, okay, no, it's time. Then I was like, I wanted to go to school, but I didn't want to pay a student loan or, living that life where you're catching up with bills. And it's just a world of student loans and stuff like that. So I ended up, okay, in everything in life, you got to make a sacrifice. And I was like, this is not, I would never in my wildest dream think that this is where I would end up, because again, I was doing well in the modeling. I was working and helping at this salon in, not salon, my bad, a boutique, Fabulous Trend.
Oh, nice.
I was just doing a lot. I was assisting Jane Michelle, the stylist.
Nice.
I learned a lot from her. Like, I'm telling Miss Kitty, my world was just fashion and, the entertainment business. I've kind of found myself leading down. So I was like, I really like this. And randomly, I was like, but in life, you got to make a sacrifice. And sometimes security is better, and if it's supposed to be for you, you'll find your way back.
Yeah.
Tell me, Shanae, because you know, I find it fascinating how you went to a very good high school. I must say, a very good high school.
St. Catherine High School.
Yes, and so you're into the whole fashion thing. You're into clothes and style and that kind of a thing. Making the transition now to the military, to the military discipline. You're in the Navy, as a matter of fact. Look at this beautiful picture. Do you find that you had good preparation for that? Because some people might say these are worlds apart, but some of the times there actually are similarities there.
Yes, yes, sir. I would, and I 1000% agree with you. I'm not gonna lie, the adjustment was very hard, but it's just mainly like when it comes down to that, the modeling lifestyle and the fashion industry, you know, it's all about time, which to be honest, that was the hardest part for me to overcome, because you know, I'm running on Jamaican time, and that was, you know, that was my biggest, to be completely honest, my biggest struggle was being on time. But I would say just overall the discipline that it took to, you know, get to going through a whole modeling competition. Pose, I was, you know, selected to be one of Pose Petite Model in 2017. So I would say, like, that overall discipline that, you know, that whole training came with, I would say definitely everything in life, every experience helped towards something else, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Everything you might, no matter how small or how, you get what I mean? It always take the lessons, take the
But let me ask you this, Shanae, because a lot of people hear petty officer, second class, and culinary, what is it? Culinary, what else?
Culinary specialist.
Culinary specialist. Who is a petty officer? What does a petty officer do? And what does second class? What does that all mean?
Okay, so a petty officer is basically like you're like on the level of like going up towards, you know, like leadership. You have petty officers, third class, petty officer, second class, and then petty officer first class. And then, you know, then you get to like the way higher leadership. So I was basically, you know, right in the middle towards getting, I would say, to the highest level. That's where I am as a E, and it's considered the ranking in the enlisted portion of the US Navy is from E1 to E9, and I was at E5. Not was, but you know, I'm at E5 currently.
Okay.
So typically that takes, it's all about timing rate. So like for the first, from E1 to E3, it's like you got to do time in rate. From E1 to E2, you got to wait 6 months, and then, you know, it's automatic. E2 to E3, 9 months. It's just start adding a little bit more time on it, that you just got to do in rate to learn your job and, you know, prove that you, in other words, are worthy to make it to the next pay grade, in other words. So, and then from E3 now, so from E1 to E3 is automatic advancement with timing rates. And then when you get to E4, you got to take an exam based on your job in the US Navy. You take an exam to get to E4. And
So
then basically from E4 to E9, it's just taking exams and boards and stuff like that to rank up. But that essentially is also a part of waiting your time in rate and being able to rank up, if that makes sense.
Got it.
So with the E5, which is petty officer second class, typically it takes people like average between 3 to 4 years. Sometimes they're like, some people, their whole contract, 5 years is the first, like majority of the times that's the first contract you sign. And it took me 2 years. Like that's like very, very a small percentage. So you just gotta be like, you know, on it, and as you're able to rank up, you know, I went up for the exam and I passed the exam first time up. When I was E4, E3, I got advanced to E4 due to like how well I was doing and excelling at my job. And you know how one thing Jamaica teach as well, you teach you how to, we are hard workers. We are hard workers. No matter where we go, we excel. They love our energy. They just gravitate towards us. And I would say one thing I do is just be myself.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be somebody else. I'm not out here trying to, oh yeah, you know, fit in. Just take me for who I am, or you know, I can't do no better. Like I'm just who I am, and that's just. I feel like that's what separates me from everybody else, and the fact that I take pride in whatever I do.
And you know what? That is what exactly all you need to be is yourself. And that is why you're a star. Shanae, thank you so very much. Congratulations. Thank you for representing Jamaica and Jamaicans, you know, in the U.S. Navy. I wish you all the best, continued success, and may you continue to climb the ranks. And of course, just continue, just do what you do, you know what I mean? And you look about your talawa, and you're absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing with us this morning.
All right.
Thank you so much for that. Yes, Miss Kitty. Bye, sir. I appreciate it.
Bye. You're welcome. I'm gonna see you. Bye, sir. Yeah, you're a sir. Dennis, you're a sir. Bye, Miss Kitty. But I go, Shanae, I want my mother. Shanae said, Miss Kitty, bye, sir. I saw my mother grow with everybody. Dennis, I know what these people now say sir and mom and miss and auntie, you know. Once you say Uncle Dennis, you have to say sir. You can't say Dennis. You're Dennis on the first name. Yes, sir. All right. Our guest has been, or was rather, Shanae Earlington, Petty Officer, 2nd Class, and Culinary Specialist of the United States Navy. Up next is class is in session with our very own teacher and professor, the Money Master Guru himself, Sir Carlton. He's back with another Money Master class, and I'm calling all parents on this one, calling all grandmas on this one, calling all aunties, all godfathers and godmothers.
This one is important.
Check it out. We'll be right back.
Christmas.
Especially Christmas.
Home.
Right here. Parents, hello.
Come.